Hey guys, it's John Moore with the Rangers Today Baseball Podcast. Not going to be at the game tonight. Jeff's out there, was out there last night. We've got a show coming up this Friday. Potential great guests lined up for this Friday. Can't tell you who he is yet. We don't do that. We never try to confirm it till it's fully confirmed. It's really looking like this guy is going to be able to come on, but he just started a new job. And when you start a new job, sometimes you know things might pull you away from getting to do it. I think with that hint, you might know who it's supposed to be. We'll see. Hopefully, he'll get a chance to do it. It certainly sounds like he's going to, but understandably, if he's not, we're not going to hold his feet to the fire. He's too good a person for that. Now, wanted to talk about potential people that is going to replace Chris Woodward, who was let go yesterday. Jeff and I talked about some names last night. We're going to really get into this Friday, but I wanted to just talk about one guy. First of all, let's take a look at some of the names they're saying. Let's go with the veterans. The veterans that are out there. First, one name that immediately comes to mind is Wash. Led him to the 2 World Series when he was here before. He's now with Atlanta as the third base coach. That name's been mentioned. We'll talk about whether he's a real candidate. We got Bruce Bochy, who has some tie-in, obviously, with Chris Young. He was his manager first year in San Diego. Chris Young's first year in San Diego. Bochy was his manager. Bochy has won some World Series with the Giants. He's a good manager, well regarded. Don't know if he's interested, but that's a name. Joe Madden, obviously Joe Madden's another name that some people are talking about. Got let go by the Angels this year. Lost the room, I guess. I don't know exactly what happened there. There's the guys that have never been managers. 2 of the big names that have never been managers are Joe Espada, that is the bench coach for the Houston Astros. That's one. One guy that was a manager but not very long was Jace Tingler, who's now the bench coach for the Twins. That's another name kind of being bannered about there. But I want to bring up a guy who's not being mentioned at all. I kind of tweeted about him yesterday, and there's an interesting story about him. Look, he's probably not going to get the job. Well, first of all, Beasley's another name. And Beasley, one of the best humans ever in the world I would love to see the Rangers rattle off about 20 wins in a row, get back in the wild card race, do something like it would take something like that. That would be interesting to do. And if something like that happened, yes, it would be very hard to get rid of Beasley if that were to happen. But really pulling for Beas because he's just too good a human, and he's obviously going to get a look, and he's got a chance right now to make something happen. And it's not just about the wins. I think it's about the way this team plays for him and how they look going forward, and whether he gets it. But here's the one guy I want to talk about, and I have a personal connection to him. A guy named Stubby Clapp. He is the first base coach for the St. Louis Cardinals. You're probably going, what the heck? Well, he was actually hired. He was actually interviewed for the Texas Ranger job when Chris Woodward was hired. Now, I have a personal connection with Stubby Clapp. I watched him play when he played for the Memphis Redbirds, with AAA team for the St. Louis Cardinals. He was about 99, 2000, 2001. I can't remember what year it was. He was far and away their most popular player. People clamored to get this guy. He was one of those that ran out and did a backflip going out to his position like a former Cardinal shortstop used to do. And he was just everything for him. Got a little swim in the big leagues, not very much, but the guy has some managerial experience. At the time when he was interviewed for the Rangers job, he had won back-to-back PCL championships, Pacific Coast League championships, which is AAA championships. He was the manager of the Memphis Redbirds. He was the minor league manager of the year for the Pacific Coast League in 2017. 2018, he comes in and he was, it was after the 2018 season. I believe he won manager of the year after they won it, and he was interviewed then. Now, before he could be considered to get a second interview or something like that, the Rangers wanted to talk to Woodward, who was with the Dodgers at the time. The Dodgers were still in the playoffs, and everyone knew there was somebody on a coaching staff they wanted to talk to. It ended up that it was Chris Woodward, and that's who they hired. But before they could, in the meantime of waiting on Woodward's season to end, the Cardinals knew something was up, and they snatched him up and got him a big league job. He's been in the big leagues as a coach since 2018. He got hired and has been on the big league staff. That's a name that I thought was interesting. I wrote something about it back at the old place I used to be, that I thought he was a name to watch. What's funny is he was so popular for the Memphis Redbirds, and there was a guy on the Memphis Redbirds that I saw play named Albert Pujols. And at the time, he wasn't as popular as Stubby Clapp. Now the careers, now he's a coach. He's a coach of Albert Pujols on the St. Louis Cardinals. Stubby Clapp, little short guy, interesting, got a good reputation as a baseball guy, pretty well known. Look him up. Look at some of the stats. You know, he doesn't have any stats as far as baseball reference, but what I'm saying is look at some of his managerial stats and what he's done. He's probably not going to be on the radar this time. I don't know that he'll get interviewed, but he was definitely somebody I think that there was some real consideration for. Now, that was JD making a hire then. Now it's Chris Young, and he may not be looking that way at all. But look up Stubby Clapp. Interesting name. If he were to get an interview, maybe you'll remember this video and go, you know what? John Moore's an idiot most of the time, but that one time he brought up Stubby Clapp. Hey, guys, till next time, see you at the yard.